actually glad mob votes are cancelled. There are thousands of videos that talk about why the mob votes sucked, but today I want to approach them from a different angle. I believe that some of the problems the community faced, including the 2020 controversy, all stem from one thing: the way people voted and how they viewed the mobs they were choosing between. I think that the first thing a person would say trying to defend the mob they're choosing or trying to illegitimize another person's vote is, yeah, but that mob is useless. It's a glorified item frame. It wouldn't drop anything useful, yada yada yada. And although I'm definitely guilty of saying stuff like this in the past, I'm trying, now that we will probably never get another mob vote, to have a much more understanding, retrospective look at the previous ones, to practice gratitude and acceptance or something like that. Instead of looking at the options we had and considering the mob's utility, I will consider one thing today: how they contribute to the feel and the atmosphere of the game and the world building. This is gonna be strictly about vibes, and through that, I'll try uncovering Mojang's strategy behind the selection of these mobs. Let's get started.
And for the first time ever, we're gonna let you choose which one of these 4 Minecraft mobs that will end up in the game.
I think for the first mob vote ever, what Mojang wanted to do with the mob vote was to give us options that would contribute to the world building. It's my favorite because the choices kind of feel well planned. I'll explain. In my opinion, each one kind of changes the world and its history, or like gives you more information about the world. What the barnacle makes us wonder about is, why are there squids and then these kind of like monstrified or monster-like versions of them? Are they the reason there are so many shipwrecks even in warm waters, although there are no storms or waves in the ocean? And are they the predator that the ocean monument people defended themselves from with their guardians? In general, it served to kind of build the lore around the Minecraft oceans. The Great Hunger makes us wonder about the magic system in the game. If there are mobs that can undo it, like the Great Hunger, are there any other mobs that can create it? And personally, it made me ask about this thing. Sorry, I never remember its name. How was it created? Maybe through extracting some sort of liquid thing from the Great Hunger's mouth, or whatever. Just, I feel like it was worth mentioning, at least. The wildfire is an addition to the ecosystem of the Nether. Just by looking at its design, one could assume that this thing is of a higher rank than the blazes and is stronger. I believe that it was an attempt at creating more lore in the Nether, in the sense that, just like piglings have their bastions with the brood protecting them, I think we could have had the fortress with blazes and the wildfire. Although this sounds cool, I believe that not getting this was for the better, because it was described as a mob with a shockwave attack, which I'm low-key sure would knock back the player, which is too dangerous in the Nether. Most players, regardless of their level, will have to go through the fortress for the blaze rods and stuff like that to beat the game, as opposed to the bastion, which you can just play the game without ever going there. So adding this insanely strong mob, like the wildfire, to the fortress would have been just too much. And even if they actually executed the idea of making it randomly spawn in the Nether, just with a couple of blazes, it would have been like a mini boss type fight. It's not ideal for the Nether, where there are a lot of things rushing to hit you at once when you're not looking. But we can never be 100% sure unless we fight it in the game. Anyway, our hated winner, the Phantom. The Phantom introduced us to the potential of the existence of the player's mental state. The community still argues about whether or not sleeping 3 nights in a row makes the player hallucinate the Phantom, or if the Phantom is a real mob that only targets vulnerable people. Because at the end of the day, literally, not sleeping for 3 nights makes your reflexes slower, and it gives you brain fog, which could make you an easy target for predators. I think the first possibility is cooler. I'm just kind of confused about why it wasn't fleshed out further. Concepts like the Illusioner and the dizziness effect, in a way, alongside the Phantom, all make me wonder, what if Mojang added the possibility of you as a player being unable to rely on your senses to tell real from fake, or at least confuse your playing experience? In a dark setting, or the new biome thing they added recently, they could toy with the idea of voices and sounds being distorted or misleading you, but I don't know. To recap, I think Mojang truly wanted to affect the lore with this mob vote, but then its strategy changed, for the worst, I think.
It will be up to you to choose which one we add to Minecraft next by voting for it during the October 3rd livestream.
For the 2020 mob vote, we had the Moo Bloom, a flower-covered cow that vibes with bees, and it's every gay person's favorite mob of the three, the Glow Squid, self-explanatory, and the winner, and the Iceologer. And let's start there. The Iceologer is an illager that attacks with ice, and in my opinion, it was Mojang's attempt to make the mountains more interesting, before they decided on powdered snow, which to be fair, sounds like a better option, in my opinion. Sure, the Iceologer sounds like a cool idea on paper, pun intended, but I'm mature enough now to admit that beyond one interaction, he gets boring and very, very annoying. It also doesn't make sense lore-wise, I think. If it's an illager, why isn't it found in the mansion too? And are they planning to add him there? Will it be added to the raids, like the witch, who sure doesn't spawn in the mansion, but participates in illager mischief? To be honest, these are redundant questions, but I just wanted to share. In retrospect, I believe that both the Moo Bloom and the Glow Squid deserved to be in the game, and the Iceologer kind of lacked the je ne sais quoi of an enemy. It's not casual like skeletons and zombies and creepers even, and it's not dramatic like, let's say, a blaze or the Wither. The Glow Squid spawning in underground water caves and ocean ravines and so on just adds magic to them. I wish it grew more, to be honest, but beggars cannot be choosers, so that is all. It's immersive, it adds an atmosphere of wonder to the area, and it went very well with the cave update. The Moo Bloom also could have been a great addition to the types of cows we have in the game, and considering it interacts with bees, I personally just love to imagine it, roaming the plains biomes or like the flower forest. Those places are almost deserted. I'm growing to appreciate ambient mobs more, so that's why. And I genuinely believe that Mojang included 2 of them in this vote, on purpose to test the waters.
Our amazing community will vote for their favorite during Minecraft Live. Look, it's a glare! There must be a really dark spot nearby.
In 2021, Mojang had one leg in the water and the other on land. The mobs for this vote, in my opinion, are all ambient mobs, even the Copper Golem arguably. But they attempt to be useful because that's what players want in their new mob, which sometimes backfires, and in the recent votes, it ruins the whole thing. The glare fails at this miserably, a glorified lamp, as they said. Its service as a mob that alerts players that it's dark enough for hostile mobs to spawn is unnecessary, considering it can be substituted by info about the game, and new players who do not have that info yet would be too scared of the dark anyway to risk it. They would just light up the place. Its design also makes no sense to me. It's made of moss that lives in the caves. Could it be some sort of mutation of the glowberries? I don't know what lore implications it has. The LA could have been our little helper, but it fell short. I think his job should have been, hey, pick up this item and go put it there, like this. Not, hey, go get me more of this item, because I believe most of us thought that this mechanic would have been like a legal, socially acceptable duplicate glitch or whatever, but they were disappointed. But also, it isn't as practical as we thought it would be. I'm gonna ask the audience in this situation. I'm genuinely asking you here. Do you use the LA on a regular basis in your projects and stuff? Because I don't. As for the Copper Golem, that seemed useless at the time. Now that we have the trial chambers, it makes so much more sense. I can see adding more life to them in addition to the hostile mobs we are meant to fight. Just roaming freely there, it adds an extra touch to the place. The rustin and potentially waxen mechanics could have been so cool, and honestly, if I were given a chance to vote just based on vibes, I would have definitely gone for the Copper Golem with the information I have now about the trial chambers, which is so crazy to say because I was so pro LA at the time.
Thank you for solving the case. Only one mystery remains. Which mob will the community vote for during Minecraft Live?
My problem with the sniffer in this mob vote is that it's supposed to function as an ambient mob, maybe even contribute to the Minecraft has history type narrative, but Mojang forced it to have a use, which failed miserably. The sniffer egg being scarce and rare, and you needing to brush underwater in a specific place to find it, it's not fucking worth it. Just stick to making this mob spawn for the vibes. I don't know, make it so that you can find the egg in a dungeon or a structure, so you can spawn it and make it dig up seeds. I'm not trying to make it do backflips or something. If I have to spread my cheeks and break my back for me to get a mob that doesn't do much, I will hate the mob. Although if it stuck to being there for the vibes, I would have liked it. Like, imagine if you had to travel to the end, kill the ender dragon, get his left ball sack so you can spawn a parrot. Would you? This is an issue this whole mob vote suffered from. If the rascal won and was added, I am sure that the loot drops would have sucked balls, because it is trying so hard to be useful, and the problem is you can't have that. Mobs must be tools that the players use or benefit from. They are pieces of the puzzle. They can't just solve everything on their own. The problem is Mojang knows this shit. This is why they wouldn't have given the rascal good drops. Villagers are a good example of what I'm talking about here. When you trade for items, those items are not too OP because it would take away from the gameplay. Just take the era of Minecraft challenges as an example. That was filled with mods like these. But vanilla Minecraft villagers, even if you max them out and you are trading with an expert, they will not give you Thor's hammer. They will give you a diamond pickaxe that you can add more enchantment on. You are given one, so you can add one and get two. Getting two right away would ruin the whole thing. That's why the rascal is doomed from the start. If it gets insane drops, it ruins the gameplay, and if it doesn't, it's a disappointment. My problem with this mob is that it also doesn't add to the vibes of the mineshafts. It even takes away from them. The beauty of the Minecraft mineshafts is that they are hollow until they aren't. There is a sense of false safety. You could be walking thinking you're fine, and then boom, a skeleton, boom, lava, boom, a creeper, literally. Boom! Why the fuck would I need a mob that ruins that? Sometimes less is more, and I think that that's what Mojang grew to learn. As for the tough golem, it is another shot Minecraft took to realize its vision of having a friend in the game that accompanies the players, just like they did with the LA. Although what the community hated about it at the time, including me, is that its utility is not convincing enough. But my only criticism is that it feels out of place. Sure, it's a golem made out of tuff, but it almost doesn't fit in the game. The best way to explain it is it confuses me the same way the copper golem confused me when it was first announced as an option, before the trial chambers even existed. It's like if I bought a bookmark before buying a book. Please, tell me if you understand.
I can't wait to tell everyone about the armadillo. Its scute can be used to craft special armor for your pet wolf.
In my own history book, the 2023 mob vote marked Mojang's full move towards making useful mobs, not ambient ones. And honestly, I think that's unfortunate. The crab ability sounds straight out of a video about the new update predictions made by a Minecraft builder. The penguin sounds like an afterthought, to be honest, and it very much disappointed me because I was looking forward to something, to anything that would contribute to the frozen biomes. But instead, it's just a rehash of the ability dolphins give you. The armadillo gave exactly what it was supposed to give, wolf armor. We all cheered, but where's the flavor? When I look at this update, where's the story? It's all random, it's sad, it lacks whimsy and coordination. I believe that the wisest thing Mojang should do is to stop updates completely until the Minecraft movie is out. If people hate it, then go ahead and do damage control in the form of a comeback to themed updates, centered around the vibes of Minecraft to remind audiences what they liked about it in the first place. Just be concise, announce like 3 things, and get the fuck out of there. We are sick of yearly updates. It teaches people and players to be consumers. That's it. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Do you care more about utility or vibes when it comes to mobs? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day.